Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at the most awkward dates ever. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Date I witnessed. Guy pulls out chair for girl. She doesn't realize what he's doing. Awkward pause. Sits down. Guy clears throat and starts coughing because he cleared it too hard or something. Oh man. He was trying to be cool, you know. She doesn't know what to do, ignores him and picks up the menu. Waiter comes. She asks her date if he knows what's good. He says he'll have what she is having. Hands menu to waiter. She orders seafood. Awkward pause. He is allergic to seafood. Takes the menu back and looks for another minute. Waiter says he can come back. He says no, he'll have a steak. Waiter leaves. They sit staring, not quietly looking around or at their phones, staring at each other in silence until food comes, which they eat in silence. My girlfriend at the time and I were on the edge of our seats waiting for something to happen. So nothing happened. That's what they did the entire date. They just stared at each other and just ate. They didn't even talk. What kind of date is this? Okay, I mean, where did it go wrong? Did it go wrong when he cleared his throat and then he started coughing? He cleared his throat, so he was like This entire date was just not meant to be. She orders seafood and he's allergic to it. Did they have a second date? The couple broke up. He dumped her towards the beginning. Girl cried while giving her order. They finished the whole meal, dessert and all. Wait, shouldn't you break up at the end of the date? Why would you break up at the beginning of the date and then just eat? You should at least let her eat in peace and let her eat happily. How dare you make her eat sad? How dare you? Seriously. They finished the whole meal and dessert everything. That would honestly be me though. Like, if I got dumped, I'll be like, alright, fine. Why break up in public though? And at a restaurant? And at the beginning of the meal? Used to bartend waitress at a pub back in the day. One evening, a guy comes in and sits down at a table for two. I go ask him if he wants a drink. He orders a drink and tells me that he is waiting for a girl who's meeting for a date to order food. He waits for a bit and I served him a couple of drinks. An hour passes. He's looking at his phone occasionally and drinking. He finally comes up to the bar after an hour and a half and tells me he thinks he's been stood up. Oh no. That's rough, man. He orders a couple drinks neat and pounds them back. He's starting to look and sound considerably worse for wear at this point. He ordered a couple more drinks and I told him to wait a bit. He convinced me to get them for him by telling me he was going to drink them and leave. So he downs the drink and get up to leave. Who should walk in the door as he's turning to go? His date. She was still wearing scrubs and looked pretty disheveled. She apologized up one side and down the other for being late. I then got to serve one of the most awkward dates ever. He was drunk. Like I probably shouldn't have gave him that last drink drunk. They made some small talk and it's terribly awkward. He gets up and goes to the bathroom. 20 minutes go by and he doesn't come back. Finally, one of the male servers walks up and tells her that her date is having some troubles in the bathroom. He was sitting on the toilet bawling. We asked her to get him out of there. We called a cab and she pretty much shoved him into it and ran. What just happened? Okay, so the short story is this. Guy goes on a date, girl doesn't show up. He gets mad, so he starts drinking and then he gets drunk. And then when he's about to leave, the girl shows up and then they have a little date. And then he's really sad, so he starts crying. And then in the end, done. That's really late showing up for a date. An hour and a half late. I mean, she didn't even text him that she was going to be late because he was looking at his phone, so she didn't even tell him that she was coming and that she's going to be late. She just didn't text him and then she just showed up because he thought he got stood up. So yeah. Wow. That's so awkward. Thank gosh I don't go on dates. Oh my god. Tinder date. A guy keeps ordering for the girl. Oh. This is already the wrong move. Like, don't order for someone that you don't really know. You know, if it's like the first time you meet them, don't order food for them because you don't know what they're allergic to. You don't know their preferences. You don't know anything about them, okay? Just don't do it. It's such a risk. Don't do it. Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's a stranger you're having dinner with. Don't order food for them, okay? He ordered her drink, which she corrected to a glass of wine. Then he ordered her some soup, which she stated she didn't want. Then he ordered her meal, shrimp scampi, which she corrected to chicken masala because she is allergic to shellfish. I told you. Okay. She was very sweet and I'm assuming was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt until something took a turn and she poured her wine on his head and stormed out. The one good thing about him though, he tipped the hell out of me, like almost 60% tip on an already expensive meal. I would kill to find out what he said to make this seemingly sweet girl pour Cabernet all over him. She was like being considerate and everything, like she was like, okay, maybe he's trying to be nice, but he said something. I wonder what he said. Oh my gosh, I'm curious now. Because, seriously, just don't order food for a stranger. Don't order food for someone that you don't know. I mean, sure, you can order food for someone that you know because you know them, you know, and you know what they like. But make sure you know what they like, okay? I once was a server at a very upscale French restaurant in New York City. One evening, a middle-aged man and a young woman are sat in my section, clearly on a date. You could tell this woman was his mistress by the way they interacted with each other. They were high maintenance but pleasant enough. Right after they had received their entrees, the man looks across the way to another table and loses all the color in his face. His date noticed and turned to see what he was looking at. The man's wife was at another table, also on a date with her side piece, on the other side of the restaurant. What? Whoa. What kind of drama is this? Whoa, so you're cheating with someone and then you catch your wife cheating with someone? You can't even get mad. The wife sees him and has the same expression on her face, which very quickly turns to rage. She briskly walks over to his table and starts whisper yelling at him, pointing her finger right in his face. He starts to do the same back at her. This isn't a very big restaurant. Everyone knows what's going on and the atmosphere gets icy. Wait, why are they mad at each other? They should just be like, alright, fair play. Like, okay, this cancels each other out. We're fine. That kind of thing. The man's state is just staring at her plate, absolutely mortified. The wife's state pretends nothing is happening and continues eating. Eventually, the wife storms back over to her table and wolfs down her dinner. No exaggeration. She was like rage eating. He sits down and his mistress won't speak to him for the rest of the meal. Oh, so like, she didn't know he had a wife or what? This is a fine dining restaurant and they ordered multiple courses. Having to clear crumb and reset the table 2 more times was less than fun. He left a very big tip and apologized on the way out. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. What in the chances that both of them are cheating and goes to the same restaurant? They must have like the same preferences then. Oh man. We had a middle-aged lady come in with a gentleman. They asked for 3 menus. I went over to the table to introduce myself and ask if they were waiting for one more. The woman said no, her husband is here. And then the two physically at the table ordered drinks and water. When I came back to drop off the drinks, her date was in the bathroom. The lady explained to me that her husband had died a few years ago and this guy, a friend, kept asking to go out. So she said yes but insisted her dead husband come with them. This is why they had 3 menus. What? Oh, so they're acting as if the husband is there with them too? I freaking imagined her bringing her dead husband to the date. Like, you coming out of there, you know? Oh. She instructed me to bring her husband up as often as possible, pretend that I knew him, and make sure I ask if he's having anything for dinner when I took the dinner order. She would refer to him just as if he was sitting right there. I then heard her tell this guy all night that he tries too hard and he's kind of mean. I do not miss working in the restaurant industry. So she told the waiter to just act like she can see the dead husband. Like, hi, how's your day? What would you like? To a chair? Oh my gosh. I guess that's to freak the date out. Whoa, that's next level rejecting someone. Like, this is next level I have a boyfriend thing, you know? This is I have a dead husband that's with me right now. It was clearly a blind date. Neither were comfortable at all. Dropped off drinks, both were polite, dropped off food, asked how everything was. The guy rolled his eyes and said, well, the food is great, I just wish you would talk more. Girl's face went tomato red and I dropped off the check shortly after. Poor girl. That's so rude. You say it to her face, okay? I mean, I guess he technically did. But like, he said it to the waiter. He was like, yeah, everything's good, but this girl is bad. Like, what? What? How dare he? I once saw a guy shake his date's hand when she reached over to grab some bread. That is awkward. Oh no. How do you recover from this? I mean, at least he wasn't being rude. This is just pure awkwardness because he's just awkward. At least he wasn't doing something bad, you know. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!